Welcome to our introduction to Vuejs, and what Vuejs is, it's a very simple way to create reactive data binding between the DOM and your HTML content using JavaScript. We've got an example here of the view model, so we've got the DOM listeners here in the middle, and what it's doing is it's syncing that information between the output view and it's syncing it between the JavaScript information and binding it together, passing it back and forth, and keeping everything in sync. And essentially, Vue allows you to do this really easily. So essentially allowing you to do really easy data handling and updating data, syncing data between your web application and what's presented to the user. Vuejs is available at vuejs.org, and it's got some really good examples here. If you go to the vuejs.org API, it's got all the different Vue components here. So we've got our config, we've got our global API options here, DOM, and so on. And we're going to be going through some of the more commonly used ones within this course. So this is just a good summary of all the really cool things that you can do with Vue. We've got some directives here, we've got filters, and so on. In order to get started with Vue, you could bring it into your web page, and what I'm going to be using within this course is I'm just going to be linking to a CDN. You could also go over to the installation vuejs.org and you can download. So we've got a development version and a production version, and then we've got the CDNs, and the CDNs have the minified version and the regular version. So if you wanted to use the Vue dev tools, which we're also going to be using within this course, so we're going to be using Chrome with Vuejs dev tools, and we've added this to Chrome. And this is only going to work with the non-minified version. So if you do use the minified version, then you're not going to be able to access that Vue tool, Vue extension within Chrome. So this is just an example of where it's located, and we get some information here between the different components that are available in Vue whenever we open up our dev tools. And to open up dev tools in Windows, you can just right click here and you can do inspect, or you could press Control-Shift-I. So this is within Chrome, and you could just Google from the web store, the Chrome web store, Vuejs dev tools to get that added into your dev tools, and it's just another tab here within the console. So we're going to be using Chrome, and as our editor we're going to be using brackets. So I've got a basic default page here just opened up. So I've got a basic HTML template, and I've already linked my script to the Vuejs CDN from Cloudflare. So I've brought that in and I'm ready to go. Vue is ready to go within my application. So in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up a Vue instance and how to get started creating some Vue application code.